It's 6 o'clock. I'm getting sick of this. Let's go catch a damn sunrise, shall we? Look at this cute thing. Wife will be there with me in, what's the term?
In spirit?
In spirit, there we go. It is way too early for this nonsense.
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Alright, I'm back at Gandy Beach. This is try number 3. Yes, try number 3 to get a time-lapse of a sunrise using my Canon 80D. And I've got a second camera over here that is my Action Cam, the Sony Action Cam, AS100v. Anyways, let's get this set up and we'll have a third, shall we? Well, one thing I noticed about shooting with the 80D as far as time lapses are concerned, it's not very good for sunrises. I don't know how it is with sunsets. I'll have to try that at another time. But I've been out here for 3 different occasions trying to get a sunrise, and it's pretty challenging with this camera. It's kind of surprising considering the price of the camera and the fact that it has a dedicated time-lapse feature. That's a problem. It doesn't adjust for lighting changes. So you have to either pick subjects that the light's not going to change on them much to where it's going to blow out your image, or you have to stop and restart the time lapses and then kind of mesh them together like this. Now, I tried it this time with using the video feature, just shooting a video. Now, there are pluses and minuses to that. The upside is that, I mean, you're shooting at, 24, 30, 60 frames per second, and that allows you to either, ramp up or ramp down your video for your time lapse, which is a nice effect. The only problem is with shooting it with a DSLR like the 80D, you're limited to 30 minutes. So if you have everything set up, and in this case I had AV on because I knew that the lighting was going to change and I wanted the camera to adjust for it automatically. I guess manual would have worked also, but I shot with AV this time. So the problem with shooting with video, like I said, you do get that ability. Really? The problem with shooting video on a DSLR like the 80D is you're limited to 30 minutes. So if you have everything set up and the lighting is acting properly, once you hit that 30-minute mark, it automatically shuts off and you have to restart that. When you restart it, everything can change. So again, you're having to piece together video files, whereas it would be nice if a $1,200 camera for the body, if a $1,200 camera would be able to just record and just fill up the card. But that's, I guess, a minor gripe. It takes videos of clouds just fine. But I'd like to be able to shoot a sunrise. Know what I mean? Alright. Well, the crazy thing is I shot a time-lapse using the time-lapse feature on my cell phone, which is the latest, whatever, iPhone7plus, right? And this is the result I got. As you can tell, you know, the cell phone did a pretty good job. Now, iPhone7plus, you know, it's an expensive phone, so, you know, naturally you'd expect it to do a pretty good job. And granted, the picture quality is not going to be as good as on a DSLR. That's just not going to happen because obviously I've got the nicer glass on the camera and a much better sensor. It's going to pick up a whole lot more detail on the DSLR. However, you would expect a DSLR to be able to do a simple time lapse of a sunrise. I mean, at this point, there's other cameras that can do it. So, I'm kind of surprised that this has issues with it. Of the 3 times that I went out to Gandy Beach here near Tampa, Florida, this was the time lapse I got from the first time around. As you can tell, it was completely blown out. This is when I realized that the simple time-lapse feature on the 80D just wasn't going to cut it. This was the second time-lapse from the last time I was here, and this is where I took several individual time-lapses and tried to fade them together. And now this is the time lapse that I just took using just a regular video and speeding it up. As you can see, the quality of the sped up video is a lot better than the other two. You still have issues, and it doesn't have quite the same feel as a natural time lapse, but it is the best of the 3 features. It's clear if you didn't have all the usual time-lapse electronics that photographers would have used in the past for, or I guess currently also, for a proper time-lapse, the best way to do it with the 80D without all of that is going to be with the video feature. Alright guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you found it enjoyable. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I have links to all of the items that I used for this video in the links below. Until next time, see ya.